Oh dear, 3 of them. That's tremendous. Here we go, back again with another video, and today I found some dry land. I'm much happier today, found some dry land, and I've just heard Michael Beale's press conference. I'm going to show you a couple of snippets right now, and you can tell me about his sarcasm. What's your thoughts on Michael's sarcasm?
The whole game being a must-win game, Stoke now becomes the pressure on a win even greater.
Yeah, and listen, if we win that game, I think we'll go back, just outside the playoffs on goal difference. So it's a huge crisis at this football club. Do you know what I mean? The youngest team in the league. We haven't got the biggest budget. We're sat where we are, 3 points outside the playoffs with a home game coming up. I'm a little bit perplexed and bemused by the outside thing, you know.
So Michael's perplexed and bemused at the outside noise, about the outside noise. Well, Michael, you know, he did get, was it chants were happening after the whole match? They were chanting, "You're sacked in the morning, Michael." And he says, you know, get off the players' backs, win on the players' backs. There's no fans out there at that match on the players' backs. We know the players are doing the utmost. We're not on their backs. The thing is, the majority of people just wanted Tony Mowbray to get some backing in the transfer window, to even look like he's supported by the hierarchy, look like he's supported by KLD, that he's supported by Speakman. For me, he was never supported, and that's the thing that pissed me off the most. He wasn't backed or supported. Tony Mowbray did his best, and if he had the backing of the club financially, for me, I think he'd do a better job. I think he'd still be here. I think we'll be in the playoffs still. But I just think I think Tony was let down. That's just my opinion. You let me know if you agree with that opinion. So now, since that interview today, social media has gone crazy with hashtag Beale out. He is getting a lot of stick. For me, there was no need for sarcasm in these questions. He should be more professional and rise above, you know. End of the day, he's here trying to do a job. I get that. Majority of the fans didn't want him here in the first place. I get that. But by the comments that he's coming out with, he's doing himself no favours. I don't want him at the club. I'm not here to slag him off, you know, 100% of the time. I'm here to have my opinion, get your opinions. I don't want him at the club. Simple as. I don't want Speakman at the club as well. But I ain't going to change anything. So I want the players to start playing. I want him to get something out of these fucking players. You know, do his job. He's got to have something about him, surely. But to be sarcastic, for me, bang out of order, disagree with it. You're getting the fans, you're getting even more and more fans now on your back, which is a fucking bad thing. To say what you said at the weekend, when you said, Beale, you're getting sacked in the morning, and try to blame the players for that, that doesn't sit well with me either. So, you know, he's got a massive job on his hands now. We're going to have a reaction at the weekend against Stoke. 3 points, nothing less than 3 points, or the fans will be definitely on his back. For me, if he's not enjoying his job, just resign. Simple as. Resign, Michael Beale. If you're not enjoying it, if you don't like what's going on, it's part and parcel of being at a club the size of Sunderland. You know, just resign. I won't go to the game, and I won't be pointing fingers before the game, and I won't be slagging you off while I'm at the game. I've got to get behind the team, which I know all Sunderland fans will do. We'll get behind the team regardless who the manager is. We'll always get behind the team. And then after the result, come rain or shine, we'll voice our opinions. Dear. Michael Beale's interview. Oh dear. 3 of them. That's tremendous. Down here at the Blast Quarry. Let them go. Beautiful. Oh dear. 3 of them. That's tremendous. Down here at the Blast Quarry. Here down at the Blast Quarry, you can see As you've already just seen, there's lots of digger down here. Tremendous sight. It's a game of opinions. Here's my opinion. I do believe, and one day if Tony Mowbray ever wrote a book, it would be interesting, but I do believe his hands were kind of tied when it comes to choices of picking players in the side. I do believe he was under pressure not to play certain players at certain times and to play certain players at certain times. So Mowbray is gone, Beale's come in. Mowbray had won 2 in 9 matches or something. Beale's won 2 in 7. We dropped down to 10th place. But Beale is now taking credit for Rushin scoring a goal and Pritchard scoring a goal because he's brought those into the side. Now we hear what I'm saying, what I'm trying to go with. I do believe Tony Mowbray was under pressure not to play certain players. And remember, when Rushin come in and the other strikers, they were nowhere near fit, nowhere near ready. Rushin came in for Mowbray, started to play well and got a hamstring injury or a thigh injury and was missing again for another 3 or 4 weeks. So I think Beale's been lucky in that respect that Rushin's starting to come good now, which he should have, and he will do eventually at some point. One of the strikers will come good. And Pritchard was always going to play well whenever he got started. So him saying those players have scored goals now since he's come in, it's been him that's done that, and kind of saying Tony Mowbray couldn't do that. Again, I know it's a fact they have scored, but we don't get to know what goes on behind the scenes. And I'm a bit dubious about his statements to claim, the claiming on those goals. When I think Tony's hands were tied, I may be wrong. It's just my opinion. I mean, just let me know down in the comments. Do I make any sense or do I not make sense? When you're at the quarry, definitely don't be hanging on the edge like that. Definitely don't hang down the edges of the quarry or cliffs. And yes, danger. Danger of a diving man. Be careful. Barbed wire there for a reason. Do not go inside. Oh. And then he was asked the question about the imbalanced side. About the side being lopsided and relying on Jack Clark too much and nobody on the right hand side. Pritchard tends to drift to the middle. His answer was, I think something like the XP. The XP, they all do well in training. We can't drop them all, we can't play them all. We can clearly see, it's not fucking rocket science, that Job looks shattered. He looks mentally tired, physically tired, and he's not performing. He's a good player. There's a good player in there. We saw that early in the season. But sometimes players have got to be dropped just to get them refreshed again, to get them back into the side a bit later on. For me, Job to the bench would be a good idea. Starting Pritchard through the middle, on the right bar, until Roberts is fit. People have said Clark right, Bennett on the left. Bennett, for me, is a good player as well. I want to see more of Bennett. But Beale, you pick the team. You're coming out with a lot of Spiel, Beale, but you do pick the team. You take the responsibility for it. And another thing as well, the players don't look as if they're enjoying the football at the moment. I'm not here to rip Beale a new arsehole. I'm not. I'm here to state facts. They don't look as if they're enjoying the football. They don't look happy. End of the day, every man and his dog who supports Sunderland wants Sunderland to win this weekend. I don't know anybody. I can't get my head around people wanting to lose so Beale gets sacked. I want Sunderland to win 100%. If we lose, then yes, I want Beale out. Bit breezy down here. As you can see, Dorden Beach along that way. Got a bit of a castle up here. We'll go and check it out. But some other good news coming out of the club, and I think this is pressure from the fans. I have, in my eyes, in my mind, in my opinion, I have no doubt they want Pritchard out. 100% in my mind. The fans' power, the power of the fans, hashtag Beale out, against Pritchard, against KLD. I think they've made him do a U-turn. They've offered Pritchard an extension of his contract. Now we don't know how good this contract is. Will this keep Pritchard at the club? Depends on his family, you know? If he's being taken the piss out of, We don't know what the contract is. It could be a good contract, then happy days. It could be a rubbish contract, then obviously we'll seem to lose Pritchard at some point. Well, oops, I've did it again. There's no way out that way. I'm gonna have to go all the way around. 3k done so far. Starting to get dark. I'm late on my run today. So come on, let me know your thoughts. What's your thoughts on the Michael Beale interview? If you've seen it, what's your thoughts on that? Is he out of order? He's under loads of pressure. Do you feel sorry for him? Some fans are saying get off his case. Well, no, you get paid the big money. You don't bring the results in, you're gonna get blown away, yeah? Then yes, you're going to be under pressure. Especially, you must have been living under a rock, under a stone. If you didn't see, the outcry when you got employed or were going to be employed. He must believe in himself to think he can turn this fan base around. But like I said, everybody in that ground, in that stadium on Saturday will want Beale to win, will want the players to win. They'll be shouting for the players. They're not bothered about Beale, they'll want the players to win. I did see a deer in there somewhere. It's gone. So, what's your thoughts on Beale's spiel? When Tony Mowbray was in charge, he did say the fans were amazing. Fans behind the players is like, another man, stadium, the best fans in the world, that type of thing, you know what I mean? Spiel, as far as I know, just wants to get the fans on his back. He's just basically coming out with sarcasm. And then when they were singing, you get sacked in the morning, he should brush it off. He's got to be a bit more mature in that. Brush it off and just say, I take full responsibility for the defeat and I will do my best to turn this around. And if he comes out, hold his hands up and say, it's my fault, I picked the team, don't blame the players, it's my fault, and I will get this right. I want the fans behind us, and I'm going to find a way to start winning results. I'm going to get those fans, I'm going to turn them, I'm going to make them believe in me. You want to hear something like that, you don't want to hear sarcasm. End of the day, regardless or not, whether it works, you want to see a bit of positivity to try and sort of get everybody together. And I just don't see it from Beale. Beale at the moment now is dividing everything. He seems to be dividing everything. He seems to be sort of, like I said, sarcasm and, other comments he said don't sit right with me at this moment in time. And he's also done a bit of a U-turn, I think, when it comes to people, new players. He was asked again today, as you will have heard, we're not close to getting any incomings in. You're not disappointed another week down, no players in. Last week you were hoping some players were coming in. He was look, I was brought here to develop and get a team performing with the players I've already got. So basically, nothing to do with him. All of a sudden it's nothing to do with him. Yes, he's a yes man. Simple as a yes man. Now, he's under pressure. He doesn't look happy. He looks nervous. And I get it. He's got a lot of the fan base against him already. But Beale, it's down to you to start getting the results. Change it up a little bit. Let's say something different. Have you got anything, or are you just incompetent? Do you have anything in the locker at all, Michael Beale? Some movement in there. I can't see anything though. But yeah, let me know your comments down below. What's your thoughts on the whole interview situation? What's your thoughts on, am I being too harsh on Beale? How do you feel? I know how Beale feels. Well, I don't want to know how Beale feels, but I'm sure he feels under pressure right now. Now, I'm sick of talking about this, and I'm sick of all the speculation. But apparently, according to social media, now I don't know if this is right, and when you hear all these rumours coming out and all these snippets of players saying this and people saying that, do you even believe half of it? Apparently Sunderland have contacted Manchester United about a mad. They've contacted Manchester United about a mad. Now, do you believe that? I'm a bit dubious. Until my source tells me I am completely dubious, and he's not always right as well. So let's watch this space. If Pritchard signs a contract and we bring Ahmad back to the club in this transfer window, 2 loans, other player signs the loan from Barnsley. Ahmad really does change. It's a bit of a game changer for me. Ahmad's a bit of a game changer. That will sort of see us over to the summer and hopefully start getting us to score goals, because he brings a whole new perspective, especially over that side of the pitch as well. So that's interesting. Let's hope, because the club, there's no bones about it, the club is under extreme pressure from the Sunderland fan base. And if we bring a Mad in, if Speakman pulls that off, I still won't like him. But it'll be better than it is right now. I'm sorry, I'm a hard person to please, I know I am. A lot of fans out there are not sitting on the fence about Michael Beale. They want him out. First person I've seen on the whole of this journey. The first person and the only person I've seen in 6K of running. This is what I love about this part of the world. If the video is up before 7 o'clock, don't forget to tune in to SFC Fan TV tonight at 7. We'll see what everybody thinks about the Michael Beale spiel on his interview today. See you later.